Air, water, earth, fire. For hundreds of years, the four nations have lived in harmony. The Avatar, master of all four elements, has always been responsible for maintaining the peace. But Avatar Rozuk passed away 13 years ago, and now the four nations look to the air nomads to reveal the next Avatar. But the world is met with silence. 5 young heroes stopped a secret Fire Nation invasion on their way to deliver the news of the air nomad genocide to Ba Sing Se. Now the world knows of the loss of the air nomads, and both the water tribes and the Earth Kingdom prepare for all-out war. But as harmony is dissolved, our young heroes need to address the agitated spirits and bring peace back to the world. Previously on the Flying Bison Podcast.
Rozuk found out his father was a royal firebender, and Osa confronts his old friend Ketsune to try to talk some sense into him. Meanwhile, Liko, Chae, and Ren are barely holding it together. Will they have the gumption to fix the twin sand sailor? And how will Rozuk's conversation with the infamous Naozao launcher go?
2 weeks ago, something happened. Merry Christmas.
It sounded so much more ominous.
I'm so confused.
I wanted it to be.
It did. Christmas is in the future for us, but it's in the past for the people listening.
That's so
For everyone
interesting.
else.
That is so
Yep.
confusing.
Time.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
guys.
Merry Christmas. I hope everyone else had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And a Happy New
'cause
Year, yeah.
2
Yeah.
weeks, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy whatever you do celebrate. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy winter solstice adjacent.
Yeah. Happy
Celebration.
winter solstice. Happy, today's the winter solstice. For
Happy
us, for real.
celebration.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy winter solstice, guys. It's the shortest day of the
Yeah,
year.
happy Festivus.
It was dark.
I hope you had a
Starts so
successful airing of grievances.
We're just happy you're here. We are, though, sad that Monroe is missing for this recording.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
We just haven't been able to find her.
We haven't been able to find her. She's
Yeah,
lost.
if you guys see her, can you call us?
Yeah, please. We're really worried about her.
Really quick.
We've all put up posters, but she lives really far away from any of us, so it's not going to be
Right.
useful.
It's not really efficient.
No, Monroe had a family thing. So we are without Monroe tonight, but it was so close to that 2-shot we did. I was like, I don't want to do something else that throws off the Avatar thing. Let's just play Avatar again. Monroe sent me some notes. I know what she would want to say, what she'd want to do. It's all good. And you're going to get to hear my Monroe impression.
Oh, no.
It's not good.
You are
It's
not ready.
good.
You are not
It's
ready
not
for
good.
it.
I'm really sick. I'm coughing a lot too, so like it's not good. It's not
If
good.
it's one of the Muppets,
You did
I
such a
swear,
good job with Osa in season 1,
If
though.
it's anywhere
Mhm.
close to Miss Piggy, just stray away from the whole Muppets thing.
Oh, I
Alright.
could
You just do straight up
just do
Piggy.
Miss Piggy. Oh, Kirby.
Just to immediately lower expectations, just in case they were anywhere high. It's not going to even sound like sick Monroe, just because he's sick.
No,
Because we all agreed that was pretty great. But yeah, it's just going
Christopher Walken.
to.
Chae.
You can't say that because now you can't do it.
Chae. Chae. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I miss
She doesn't
not
say
a
that.
dragon.
No, it's the winter season. It's
Those notes
the
were just legal breaking up with Chae through Justin. I don't want to go.
Monroe comes back next week. She's like, Justin, you broke
did you
up with
do?
Chae?
Yeah, except then he shows the messages. He's like, that's what you asked for that.
so funny. No, it is the
God.
winter season.
It is.
I'm sure many of you are getting presents for people. You're going to be getting presents from others. I'm sure some of you are going to play a game called White Elephant. I'm curious, what is the funniest gift you've ever brought to a white elephant or gotten from a white elephant?
So the funniest one I brought was a pine cone. It was kind of a table turn moment
Is that funny?
because, well, we'll see. So I was actually standing near the base of General Sherman, which is one of the largest redwoods in the world. And I picked up this fir cone, is actually the correct term. It's a fir cone. And it was about the size of like a baguette, almost in length, and about twice the thickness. It was an incredible fir cone. And I was like, this is close enough to General Sherman that I feel like I could plausibly spin a story that who knows, maybe, what if this will plant the next great redwood. But looking up at the tree, if my memory is honest, there were no like cones at all. I don't even know if it like produces them anymore. But it was close enough. So I brought the fir cone because I panicked and I didn't have anything else to bring to this stupid church event. And so I brought the fir cone with me. And I think people were noticeably disappointed, as they should be, that this then bachelor just brought a pine cone thing for like his gift, quote unquote. And so it was getting, passed around, and it was like kind of like the bad egg, like, someone has it, they don't want it, and like they steal, and then someone else gets left with the fir cone. It builds over time as a joke. But then partway through, when people actually voiced something like, I don't want that, I told them about General Sherman and how I found this near the base of it. And the entire room shifted, and they were just like, whoa. And then like 3 people stole the cone. What? And I ended up with 3 free Chick-fil-A meals. Whoa. So I was like, give me that. Wow. This is a win. And now that is clearly in someone else's closet doing nothing like it was for me.
Clearly. That is like a white elephant sleeper win.
Yes. Clearly Steve was meant to be born during the expansion into the Great West, and he was meant to be a snake oil salesman, because that is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He got people to buy into a pine cone,
and you got 3 free Chick-fil-A meals.
It has healing properties.
That is a profit, Steve.
Yeah. This pine cone that you have no hope of fertilizing might grow into a giant tree.
Literally requires a forest fire to pop.
Pretty sure. One year I was like, I think on the way to the party, and I realized I forgot to bring something.
Oh no.
So I was driving on the way to the party, and lo and behold, I don't know if it was recent, but at some point there was a car accident, and there was just a hubcap on the street.
Yes.
So
yes.
I was just picked up the hubcap, quickly wrapped it in some wrapping paper, and there you go. It was a little greasy and dirty.
See, my
just has a wrapping station in the back of the car.
The way I look at White Elephant is you go into it wanting to make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you. That's the mindset you should have.
What is wrong with all of you,
Nick?
No. I've never been in a White Elephant.
I was in high school.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
Nick.
Never been in one. Okay, then it makes sense. But also, I've never been in a White Elephant. But I always thought that like the rule of understanding was like, yeah, it's weird, it's like goofy, but it's technically at least like useful to someone. Like they can use it for something.
It can vary. It depends on the group of people you're with,
or it is significantly funny enough, right? Like
I always go into White Elephant with the philosophy that I want my gift to be the one that people go and tell stories at other parties about. And so like the last White Elephant that I was actually involved with at all was a work party, and I brought a hamster. I got a hamster and a cage, a live hamster. Went to PetSmart on my way to the party. That was my plan the whole time. Bought the hamster, bought a cage, bought some food, and brought that to the White Elephant.
Is the hamster still alive?
The hamster was alive for a couple of years. It died recently because hamsters don't live very long. They're not the most sturdy animals in the world, but there were a few people who kept trying to take it. It was like a surprisingly popular gift at the party.
People all of a sudden realized, like, I do want a hamster.
Well, it's also the perfect excuse to have a pet, right?
Yeah.
If you have like a partner or something, you're like, I got in a White Elephant. I can't
know what to tell you.
I don't know what happened.
Hands are tied.
There was a group of 3 single people who were all passing it back and forth. All of them must have been feeling the crushing weight of singleness during the holidays. And
I appreciate that you specified that you got this hamster from an actual like pet store, because both Justin and I have been in the White Elephant where someone had brought a rat, and I don't know if he ever specified where he got this rat.
That is so bold.
Just found a rat.
I honestly don't know. I remember asking him. I don't remember the answer, but it was just a rat. Someone ended up with that rat.
The bubonic plague. For White Elephant.
The next year, the rule was no live animals.
Please, no live animals, because if you find a rat, that doesn't mean you can just bring it to White Elephant.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If I had done a White Elephant, I wouldn't have thought that rule needed to be in place. But I guess I've learned.
Well, and to be fair,
you have gained wisdom from these.
That was with a bunch of junior high and high school students. If it was a work party, that'd be hilarious. Like adults our age, but with kids, I was like, probably shouldn't be bringing random animals into this building here. Well, all that to say, we should have played White Elephant with Flying Bison Podcast. I don't know how would you do that virtually
next year?
That'd be kind of fun. We like ship it to each other.
You do a random selection, and you have one person you have to ship one,
or you just have
to.
Yeah, it'd probably be easier to do Secret Santa.
You could do it. You'd have all the gifts, right?
With
like on
the
camera.
Goofy rule,
but you can't but it's hard to trade and keep track.
We figure it out. Well, maybe we'll do Secret Santa next year. How about that? That sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
With the intention of it being a little goofy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can set all the parameters we want. I'm down. Has to be between $5,000 and $60,000. Be funny.
Yeah. If I get a pine cone, I am booking a flight and showing up.
You know what you're going to get.
Hamster.
You know exactly what you're going to get.
Watch it just end up being 6 pine cones. We all just get pine cones.
All right.
Each of us just gets a pine cone native to our area. Now there's invasive species growing in all these different regions because we ship each other a pine cone.
It is time. It is time to jump into the Flying Bison Podcast. Man, last episode was hot. I listened to it again the other day and fun, good stuff. Also went to talk to Katsune. Katsune is like, does not care what happened to the air nomads at all.
Yeah. What a
jerkwad. And we also had Rozuk go back to bossing Say and talk to Sanfen, and that was another really heavy conversation where we find out that Rozuk's real dad was a Fire Nation royalty, essentially, which is also a jerk. It's almost, I don't know.
Iron dots. We're connecting them.
We also shone a spotlight on the other three, Liko, Chae, and Ren, doing a 80s garage band montage fix up of the Sand Sailor, adding their own little custom modifiers. Beautiful. It was wonderful.
There's a really good transition where someone threw Chae a dumpling and it transformed into a tool when they cut to the right.
Yeah, it's great. I like that. That's good.
I like that. And I'll stop the roll. I met with you was playing in the background just the entire time.
But enough of that, because where we ended last week was on a figure walking down a dark hallway. Green lanterns lit along the wall before stopping at a cell and turning. And then we see the face of someone we have not seen all season, except in a flashback. Naozao Launcher, face to face with his adopted son, Rozuk Launcher. Oh, looky here. Rozuk, the eldest returns. You know, I had a bet with all the gods in here. Who was going to come first? Was it going to be you or Chae? Because I'm not going to lie. I've been here, 4 months? And neither of you have come to visit me? Come on, Sanfen and I raised you better than that.
I hate to be the one in the first place. I mean, if you actually raise us good, then you wouldn't be seeing either of us ever again. So I guess I apologize for that, Naozao. But how has prison been treating you?
He just kind of shakes his arms as you're shackled to the wall. Could be better.
Yeah. Tell me, how does it feel to be the first firebender in history to lose an Agni Kai against a non-firebender? You know, I mean, your name's down in history. Was that a part of your big plan, Dad? And Rozuk holds up quotations with his fingers as he says, Dad.
And the classic Naozao smile, wry smile, just fades off his face. I should have won that fight. That was... Chae's gonna regret that.
Rozuk just grabs the bars and just slams his face right in between these two bars. And he goes, you were never meant to win that fight. Naozao, you were meant to be here, and you're meant to be here for the rest of your life.
His head just falls, and through the scraggly long hair. So, what have you and Chae been up to? How's Sanfen?
Naozao, you don't deserve to know any of this. I came here to ask you questions.
All right, okay.
So the last time we spoke, you said that I have this fire, this anger inside me, and that you gave me that. All right, we've already made it apparent that you are not my father. I didn't get any of that from you. I want to ask you about who I think I did get this from. I'm guessing the name Akoro rings a bell.
Yeah, I know that skis ball. What of it? See, you've been talking to Sanfen.
I went to see Sanfen before this, yeah?
You know, we decided together not to tell you.
Yeah? Why is that?
She told you, right? We didn't want the Fire Nation coming to hunt you. Coming to hunt her. We're keeping you safe, Rozuk.
Tell me, Naozao, was I ever even a part of these big plans that you had? Or was that just something you would say?
Maybe 5 years after Sanfen and I left for the Earth Kingdom. It snowed. Can you believe it? There's hardly ever snow. And you were so excited. You had never seen it before. So you ran out. You started laying on the ground, making snow spirits. And you were laughing. And Sanfen was watching you, just weeping. Because the last time that she had seen snow, she was still married to Akoro. And believe me, you didn't have the opportunity to make snow spirits then. So we talked, gave her a hug, and then I went to have a snowball fight with you. We pretended we were water benders. Akoro means nothing to you, and you mean everything to me, Rozuk.
Rozuk, if he even can, leans closer in, and Rozuk says, as he says this, you see smoke and maybe even embers emerging from his mouth, and he says, you don't decide what anything means to me, Naozao. I mean nothing to you, and that's just a little delusion in your head that will wither away along with you in this cell. When is the last time you saw Akoro?
The last time I saw Akoro was when I went to go save your mother when they were staying in Jinu. I took your mother away from him, I never saw him again. I begged the spirit to take him away. I don't know. He disappeared. I saw the scroll, the prophecy, and I knew that Sanfen and I were meant to be together.
Was it in your prophecy that you were supposed to kidnap my brother and try to turn him into a monster? Or was that just your own little Naozao spice you added into that?
Yeah, you got me. Yeah, maybe I lost my way at some point. I don't know.
I don't know. The world only gives a few people second chances after mistakes, Naozao, and I feel like you've made yours. I'm gonna find my father, and depending on the man I find, hell, maybe I'll kill him. But I don't find satisfaction in doing that to you. Something in me just loves knowing that you're here right now with these big plans sitting in your head that will never come to fruition as you just sit in here and you grow old and you die.
And he starts to squirm. No. Rozuk, come on. You can't leave me. Come on, Rozuk.
And Rozuk begins to like back away as like we kind of see maybe there's like some sconces or whatever on the walls in Naozao's cell that's been lighting Rozuk's face, but as he backs away, you see his face become ever more enveloped in darkness. And Rozuk says, "This is the last time you'll see or hear from me, Naozao. I'd wish you the best of luck, but I only wish the worst for you." And Rozuk turns around and walks away.
And you just hear him screaming. And it increasingly becomes more maddening as you walk further away.
And what the audience sees, but what Rozuk didn't let Naozao see or Sanfen see as he's walking away, are just these tears pouring from his eyes. He's been holding back, not just throughout this conversation with Naozao, but through the conversation with Sanfen as well. He didn't allow himself to feel this, but as soon as like Naozao's vision breaks from Rozuk just lets this go, and he gets to a point where he's just running back to Rue to leave.
You get back to Rue, and Rue sees your face and just nuzzles up next to you. Aww.
I think Rozuk embraces Rue. Just gives him a big hug. Rozuk feels like he basically cut off both of his parents in the past like hour. And so he feels kind of lost in this moment. You ready to go back, buddy? I'm sure Liko's worried. Let's go.
And let's cut to the Enclave as Liko and Chae and Ren are finished with their modifications to Hin and Melor's Sand Sailor. I even think as you were describing what you all were doing to fix this up, Monroe said Liko hadn't really been helping at all.
Right.
And even in this moment, as you're like standing and looking at this fixed Sand Sailor, and it's very impressive, Liko's just kind of off to the side.
I think you said that episode that Chae had occasionally tried to like go over and be like, "Hey, you want to look at," and then just got shut down. So he's not making he's not extending the white flank right now. So he just kind of looks super cool. Ren, you want to hear me explain it again?
Sure.
He goes through the modifications again. I explained them last episode. You guys can go back. It's fine.
We'll get into it too when we get into the race. Mellor and Hin are like, "Oh, wow, that didn't take as long as we thought it would. So I guess we've got. Well, I think you guys had taken it to the track. Yeah.
Right. Yes, that's right.
So they're like,
So it's literally already
it's set up, it's ready. You just have to show up at the track tomorrow. So they're like, yeah, I mean, it's really early. It's like, I don't know, noon or lunchtime. Yeah, I mean, the race doesn't start till tomorrow morning, so you can come hang out with us. I think we invited you over.
actually Ren
Oh,
and
you
I-
did something? Okay. all right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, sorry. I'm sure Liko would love to come over. I don't know, like side glance at her.
No, I wouldn't.
Did you even move? Okay. I'd bring her anyways. Ren and I are going to.
Yes.
We have something we need to do. We'll probably get back to you guys later tonight.
Ren looks up with a mild like surprise. Oh,
Yeah. No,
We do?
the thing. We have. Don't worry about it.
we're doing a thing.
We're doing a thing. It's not a big
yes.
thing. All right, bye. And he just
Bye,
like,
him.
takes
Bye,
shit.
Melor.
Bye.
You're gonna do great. We're gonna do great. We're doing the thing. Ren says as soon as we walk away.
Yeah, we're gonna go get that touch of winter thing. I realized I told you that we were gonna go get it, and we never did. And also, I kind of want to use it for something really quick. We're not stealing it. We're gonna steal it first back, and then we're gonna use it slightly, and then we're gonna give it back.
Oh, you have a plan. You have like a Chae plan. Ren beams.
Is that weird?
No, it's good. I thought that we were gonna forget about it because it was too much trouble, and then everybody had to do different things, and then two of them left. But
Yeah, I was expecting us to have more manpower, honestly.
and now you and Liko are like fighting or something.
We're not gonna talk about that. The point is,
Okay.
I thought we would have more manpower. I thought we would get to this sooner, but unfortunately, this is where we're at. We're just gonna figure this out, and we're gonna move on.
Okay.
I kind of have an idea for how to look for it. We're probably also gonna need to ask around.
I'm good at asking around. Oh, so are you?
I know I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm learning that I might be lacking in some skills.
Huh.
In certain ways, in very specific ways. I shouldn't really say I was lacking in skills. It's more like in specific approaches, I may not always be the best option, is what I'm learning.
Like tactics.
No, tactics are a skill of mine.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, I think you should ask around, and then I'm just gonna, as we sort of move around, I'll try and just sense. It's just a special stone, right? I should be able to sense. It's mostly sandstone down there. It feels gross. I don't know if you've ever like felt a rock. No, you haven't. Well, I'm sure. Well,
There are rocks in places that we've been.
let's just start. Let's just.
Okay.
As Ren goes off to kind of walk around town, Liko kind of pulls you by the arm. Hey, can we talk? Just for a moment.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm not really good at this thing.
The communicating. Let's talk about that.
Right. I don't feel like it's fair for me to ask so much of you.
You haven't asked anything of me.
But I do. And so and she gets like weirdly silent, even for Liko. I think I just need a moment.
Yeah. Well, why don't you take your moment? Ren and I have something we're gonna go do, and I think it might be pertinent to this conversation. Hopefully, I don't know. We're gonna go do that, and then I'll see you later, and we can have a little quiet moment together, and we can talk this out then.
Yeah, maybe.
If at all possible.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you later, I guess.
Right. Tonight. And he'll walk away. Catch up with Ren.
Nobody really knows anything except that it's missing so far. While Chae was having this aside, Ren also dropped off a little poster, a little drawing to be framed.
Do tell.
Oh, it's the sketch that he found in the back room of the wrestling arena, where Chae is victorious.
Yes.
So that's in the works.
Yeah. We'll probably have to ask a bunch around. I don't really feel anything special or weird, so we can probably keep moving.
Okay. This guy looks like he knows something.
Hey, guy.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, what's going on? Hello.
I feel like I've met you before.
I don't know. What are you talking about? Hey, what? I've never met you before.
I like pull Ren slightly to the side. I'm like, I put like my hands up. I'm like, imagine there's a hat, like a beetle-shaped hat right around.
Oh, I kind of see it. But yeah, he's definitely a different guy.
All right. Hello, stranger we've never met.
So I was going to say before you just said, hey at him, that like it seems like there's a little bit of a cadence to the ones with the green robes.
Oh.
So you approach them first. I mean, we've already approached him and I'm telling you this in front of him, so that's awkward. But for the next one, we do this. And Ren shuffles 2 feet forward, planting firmly and facing this gentleman, and then does a nod and waits to be addressed.
The things to do. Good.
I've been trying to learn those. Yeah, I see people doing this. So, Mr.
You could call me
Lanu, we're looking for the touch of winter. Any ideas what's happened?
Oh, there's probably a roll in here somewhere. And where is it? Why don't you plead?
All right. Full hit.
Hey, okay.
11.
Okay.
Well, have you checked out the Grand Archive where it was stored before it went missing?
Oh, that would be a smart idea. Why hasn't anyone said that before? Are people here just like really, I don't know, they seem guarded.
Well, I did notice that you almost took a little step to your right when normally you take a step to your left. Now, I'm a very understanding guy. Some of the people here aren't.
Oh, shoot. These customs are difficult.
It's weird. I know. Lanu knows.
Lanu knows. Well, thank you, Lanu.
Have a great day.
So, Chae,
What?
did you have a plan other than me doing this? I like doing this, but
Are they? Maybe we check out the archive. Maybe it's there. Maybe they just think it's not there, and it was there the whole time.
oh, that would be so good. That'd be so easy.
Right, but I need it for a bit, so we're gonna have to steal it and then give it back.
Right. As long as we give it back after. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not keeping. I don't want the rock. I don't know. Whatever. I just hope it looks cool. That's all I'm really going for here.
Okay. We go to the archives.
You make your way through this massive city, and eventually you get to this huge, almost museum-looking building. And it is currently like cordoned off.
Is there anyone nearby? Like if I quick look around?
Yeah, there are a number of they look like guards, Siwang tribes people, police.
So you cannot go into the archives. They're blocked off.
And you also see standing on the other side of the tape is a woman. She's got her hair in this really tight ponytail up on top of her head. She's wearing the traditional Siwang tribes people robes, but she's also wearing a leather jacket over it. And she's kind of bending down and touching the ground, looking at her hand, what's on her hand.
All right, she looks important. We should talk to her.
Yeah, she's very clearly a detective.
Oh, I just thought the jacket was cool. All right. Excuse me.
Sorry, do I know you?
No, I don't know you either. I was just wondering if we could get inside the archive.
Do you have clearance?
I don't.
Would that clearance come in the form of a badge or a certain type of robe or a hand sign?
If I just said yes, can we just go in?
You have to be here in some official capacity. What are you doing here?
We officially told people that we would find, because there were some very distraught citizens in the town square, few days ago. Don't know if you knew about that. They were about to go crazy and like string up some kid. We told them that we would help look for the stone, the touch of winter.
I'm aware, yeah.
And so we're trying to follow through on that. I realize it's a few days late. I had some other, important business to attend to. But
no, sorry, we got off on the wrong foot. Matoya Kuru. I guess I'm the leader of the Enclave. I don't know.
The leader of the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole thing.
Yeah.
Sort of a.
Wow. Is that the jacket?
Yes. Yeah. This is the ceremonious jacket passed down. It was made from landshark leather decades ago, and pass it down.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
Here. Let him in. Let him in. And one of the guards kind of lifts up the rope for you to come in.
Yes.
Chae learns that sometimes the truth works.
Aww.
A wholesome story for you guys. Anyways, let's steal this thing.
And now that you're like talking to her too, you can actually also see she's her left eye is covered by an eye patch.
God, it's so cool. So any leads with your investigation? Or
I just got here. I was out on some peacekeeping business with some of the other tribes. Just got back. Found out the touch of winter was gone. I just got here. You're
peacekeeping.
Yeah.
So do you often find yourself mediating conflicts, like you're just in the middle of everything and you have to listen to everyone's side separately, and then you help them come back together later and you try to say the right thing that they need to hear?
Yeah, what did you think the leader of where all the Siwang tribes come to like meet and not fight would do?
No, that makes sense.
Chae's face got more and more furrowed as that entire monologue went on. Anyways, continue.
That makes sense. I just thought it just seems like maybe something I should try out sometime.
Are you interested in a life of politics?
No. Let's go find the rock.
Yeah. So pretty recently, he's like looking between the two. Anyways, so I'm an earthbender. Not really good with the sand stuff, but pretty recently I learned a sort of more holistic way to approach the earth. And I've been trying to sense the stone, kind of just randomly as I've been moving throughout the city. Haven't picked up on it, so we thought we'd start from where it was originally lost.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your help, and please feel free to look around here or look inside. I'm going to conduct my own investigation. And
do you have any leads?
Well, she kind of bends down and points. She points on the ground to these footsteps. And they are very interesting footsteps because it is almost as though there is one foot and then just like a circle. Maybe about 2-3 inches in diameter.
Someone with a peg leg?
That's a pretty good guess.
How many people have peg legs down here?
Wow.
They do have sand sharks.
Sure. Yeah. Not a lot. So if you find someone with a peg leg, probably a person.
Just to be clear, I grew up in a port city. There were lots of people with all sorts of parts missing because those riggings are pretty dangerous. I'm just saying, it didn't seem like that would be the case down here. But
you'd be surprised with those sand sailors.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even. I just was working on one. I don't know why.
There's tons of rigging on that. So people are missing parts, but I mean, it's not like every 4 citizens has a limb missing.
That'd be a crazy statistic. Like, you'd have to do something about that.
I would have to respond. It would be my duty as a public official to respond to something like that. And I would make it a platform.
It would be a great platform.
Ren is looking back and forth between them.
A limb for every 25% of the population.
You just keep those limbs, protect those limbs. I don't know.
Oh, that's even better.
Somehow swinging it be about like protecting babies too.
Oh,
people love that.
They do love that.
Protecting the next generation.
I'm going to write this down. Do you mind if I take this?
Yeah, I don't know. Not at all.
All right.
This is just free. I'm just shooting from the hip.
That's great. It's good stuff.
Anyways.
I should get you in touch with my marketing crew.
Not looking for a job.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah, you can, please don't let me get in your way. If you want to explore, investigate, by all means.
Thanks.
And Matoya just turns around.
Chase stands there for a sec. He's like, hey, Ren.
Yeah?
The tribespeople are they're pretty closed off group, right?
In general, yeah.
Probably wouldn't be too open to like an outsider shaking up their, leadership system.
Probably would not recommend.
That's fair. Anyways, and lead them.
Did we both almost just consider office? Then we go inside.
Office is a strong word for what I'm considering, but yeah. Anyways.
I brought a spade, so should I just like dig?
No. That's not, you don't have to dig. You should look around for clues. Like clues you can see with your eyes. I'm going to try to like feel the stone and see if it's anywhere nearby or if I can get some sort of trace from it, or I don't know, if I can just detect anything weird.
Cool.
Jay's going to sit in like a meditating position. He's going to take out his crystals, or at least some crystals, and he's going to sort of raise them up above himself and then bend them all down and stab them into the ground around him and in like a sort of like circle around him. And he's just going to try to feel anything useful.
I think it takes some time. So let's check in with Ren. Let's see what Ren comes up with.
So I'm just picturing like a central room in the archive where the stone was probably on some type of pedestal.
Yeah, so at the minute you walk in past these like coliseums, basically, you can see that there's like a desk, maybe like an information desk for visitors. But yes, in the middle of the like grand hall of this grand archive, there is an empty pedestal and glass that is empty as well too. You can only imagine the touch of winter sky was housed in here.
I want to say that Ren gives a cursory look for anything that seems amiss, but after quickly deciding that there's really nothing noteworthy, which makes all too much sense, he finds his way to some books and plays and just kind of peruses them. And I'd like to roll Life's True Delights as he cracks one of the books open.
Life's True Delights. And you pursue a genuine moment of respite.
Just barely a hit.
On a hit, you get to shift your balance as you choose. And on a weak hit, on a 7 to 9, your self-indulgence creates an opportunity for your enemies or rivals.
Okay. No, don't laugh like that, Justin.
Chae, where are you?
I would have tried to take up like the most central position I could in the building.
It's interesting you do that because you hear a commotion out front. You hear Matoya yell, "What? It was just... Guys, it's just right here!" And all the guards inside of the building at this commotion rush out. What do the two of you do?
Ren folds the book away. I was like, that's our lead, Chae.
Chae tries to focus. He doesn't move. He might like turn.
Yeah.
Is like he was probably facing away from the front door and now turns towards it and focuses his attention heavily to extend his senses of like the earth and the reverberations going through it.
Yeah.
And just trying as much as he can to perceive in that direction, like what is being talked about.
Ren, you run outside?
Yes.
Ren, you are outside now, and you see what Chae also feels, which is this very odd looking rock. It is porous and dark and slate looking, and it almost has this hint of blue glow to it. It's almost so tiny that you're wondering, like, is this a trick of my eye? Is it just the light reflecting off of this weird rock? Chae, the minute you connect with this rock, which is one of the only few rocks in the midst of all this sand, so it's pretty easy to pick up, you open your eyes to see that around
all of the entrances to this building, iron gates have dropped down as there is an alarm system going.
What?
And you are alone in the Grand Archives.
Oh no. Hearing the alarm, Ren turns. So the gate is behind Ren?
Now all of the guards are outside, and Chae is inside.
Chae, are you all right? Ren runs up and presses against the bars.
I'm fine.
Did you do something in there? What's happening?
I didn't do anything. I'm going to collect my crystals. I do not have tremor sense, but
You do not.
Chae is kind of already locked into the earth that's around him.
Mm-hmm.
Really quick, can I attempt to feel any sort of other... Is there anyone else in here?
I will let you push your luck. This is not true tremor sense.
Right.
But
Not even like he knows anything about
Yeah.
them, where they are. Just
I have to imagine you could still feel some vibrations.
Right.
Any earthbender could do that.
actually, yeah, I'm pretty sure Chae couldn't before he met the King of Amashu. So
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. Push my luck is passion 12.
Okay. You pick up 4 centers of movement on the second floor of this building off one of the wings. And as you do that, you pick up a 5th movement that is much, much closer. And when you turn around, there are kunai screaming towards you.
I just picked up my crystals. I will shoot them to intercept, to block them.
Let's have you rely on your skills and training.
8.
You miss one. And you can see you miss one. So if you mark a fatigue, you can do something quickly to block this last kunai that is racing towards you.
Yeah, I'll mark a fatigue, and really, like, almost faster than the eye can see, Chae will swing out his fist towards the last one, and much like Shoban's rock gloves, his crystal bands will extend over his fists and he'll block the last one.
Love it. Run, you see all these knives hurtling towards Chae, and then they shatter in the air, and one looks like it's going to hit him, and Chae just punches it, and it shatters as well. And you look up, the two of you now, and see that this hooded, masked figure is crouched on top of one of the pillars inside of the building, and ninja jumps off of it onto the second floor balcony, and then runs Chae towards the direction of where you felt those other 4 centers of movement.
Ren, there are 5 people in here. You got to tell the guards and everyone else, and I'm going to earth launch towards the second floor.
Ren turns. Matoya, can you get this open?
Yeah, it's going to take a moment, but I think we can get it open. Yeah, what's going on?
There's some people fighting inside and they're attacking my friend.
What is happening right now? Okay.
You're in charge. I don't know.
I don't know either. You 3, guard the touch of winter's sky. You 5, you're with me. We're getting this gate open. And the guards agree to her commands, and 3 sort of surround.
Ren really quick takes a look. I think we've developed just enough caution by this time. Ren takes a look at the guards who have just been entrusted with the touch of winter's sky. Mm-hmm. Is there anything different about them, Justin?
Suspicious, maybe.
What a great question. You can certainly roll to assess the situation.
If only we could roll suspicious mind.
I know. What's my version of suspicious mind? It's only if I watch people interact, I think. Does this count? The exchange of the rock? Let me take a look at that move real quick.
What they could look excited that they're getting.
I'm a people person move.
I would say if you wanted to use that specific move, you would have to stay around here and watch them.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best fit.
Yeah.
All right, I will assess the situation. Oh, shoot. 5.
Everything looks fine. Look like normal guards.
All right.
Chae, I will not make you roll to earth launch yourself up onto the second floor. You are running through the halls of the second floor towards the direction that you felt these presences. And as you're running through the second floor, you see other works of art, like statues and pictures, and
You get to the room in this building, and it's labeled Moments of History in the Siwang Tribes People.
Are they in there?
You rush in.
I look around.
You see 5 people now. They are around a very ancient-looking sand sailor.
You know, I'm pretty sure they were going to open the archives eventually. You could have just waited to look at this. I don't know why we had to... You threw knives at me. It's kind of extreme.
And all 5 of them turn around. You see one. It looks like the person that was throwing knives at you. You see another person. They're carrying this large double-sided like axe. Huge burly dude. You see a woman. She's wearing like the Siwang Tribes people robes, except all around her she's got bandoliers that are filled with a very similar looking tool.
Dibs.
The other 2 just look pretty similar. They have swords. Well, one of them does. The other doesn't. Yep.
All right.
And the guy goes, "Oh, what's this thing? Well, I thought you took care of everyone out there." Silence. All right, who are you? Get out before I hurt you. You didn't say nothing.
It's all of you. You're going to have to, you have so much ground to cover if you're trying to threaten me. Your whole very amateurish operation here is very unimpressive. Honestly, kind of really wanted that stone, and now they have it. It's going to be a lot of work for me but I'm going to ask to borrow it. We'll see how that goes. But they're definitely going to want you guys. So this is a pretty good bargaining chip for me. Sorry, I guess. And I'm going to attack them.
Yes, Chae. Yes.
I kind of like going into an exchange.
That is fair.
Ooh.
I kind of like going into an exchange.
Justin, you can choose not to tell me this information. But I was going to ask if you're going to treat them as like one target or like one enemy.
I will not be treating them as one target. There are going to be 2 targets. There's going to be the leader and then the other
mooks.
The other mooks. Yeah.
All
right. What are you taking?
I am going to advance and attack.
You're going to have to wait first, because they are going to defend and maneuver. The 4 of them will start to walk around you in a circle so that they are spreading out. So they cannot suffer more than 1 fatigue, condition mark, or balance shift from any individual attack.
Ooh.
Okay.
Formation.
Mm-hmm. Now, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 12. I'm going to pressure first. Chae will slam his foot down, like high knee, slam it into the ground. Simultaneously, he will create a wave of earth, and it's going to look really weird. Like, Chae's earthbending is already sort of out of whack, but this is all like sandstone and stuff. It's just odd. And it's going to create a wave towards them, but mostly it swings out behind him and he tries to make that terrain as like difficult to navigate, as just like sharp spikes and stuff so that they don't like cut behind him. So it'll be pressure, and I'm going to choose advanced attack as the approach that they can't pick next.
The group.
Yes, the 4 of them.
Cool.
And then I will have Chae strike. After the stomp, he'll bring his next foot forward, and as he does, swing his arm out, and out of his crystal cuffs, he'll shoot out several sharp crystalline daggers.
Okay.
And strike at the leader.
Okay. Do you want me to choose, or are you going to mark 2 fatigue and choose for me?
I'm going to let you choose for now.
Okay. I will have him shift his balance. Towards what? I'll never tell. But that also means it is my turn. And it means that now I get to pick 2 techniques. The first thing that will happen is that he will kick
and a bunch of like baseball-sized rocks will float up, and with his hammer, he'll spin them around and knock all of them into the spikes that you have just created, and will shatter them. I will say that they still can't advance and attack, but there's no more like mechanical penalty. One of these baseball-sized rocks gets hit towards you, though. And I will mark fatigue, and I would like for you to mark a condition.
Okay. I'm going to mark insecure.
That is it. Is there something you'd like to do non-combat-y in between exchanges?
I will look the leader dead in the eyes and say, "Is that all you can do?" And I will use my "Is that all you've got" move. Which I have not got to use yet, and I'm very excited.
You haven't used it yet, no.
Oh, yes.
So I roll with passion. When I go to provoke an NPC into foolhardy action, which is basically fight me, even though you're trying to get away.
Yeah.
Say what you want them to do. Roll with passion. 12.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, they do it.
Okay. Alright, gang. No sense in attacking him. Just get that sand sailor. I'll deal with this one. And the gang will go back to unlatching and trying to remove the sand sailor.
I will take that victory.
Yeah. We'll just go into another exchange then.
Yep.
We'll see how this goes. I will essentially take them out. It is just a one-on-one fight. What are you going to do?
I'm going to advance an attack.
Okay. I'm going to go first, actually. As you are, like, getting ready to move towards him and attack, you see all the stones, the rock of the ground, start to form and come up over him. And it is something that you have seen Shoban do. It is earth armor. And then a number of the rocks start to move to his left arm as they form this circular shield that his left arm is holding. So he is now covered in earth armor with a stone shield and a giant battle axe in his right hand. So stone shield is his other move that he is doing.
Awesome. So cool. Thank you. Okay. So yeah.
And he'll he'll look at you and be like, "Why don't you come and see what I can do?"
Okay. In an attempt to be impressive, Chae sort of grows the crystals over his fists and in a stone gauntlet sort of, and then immediately realizes how lackluster that is in comparison, and kind of just tries to make it seem like he was more like taking a stance. I rolled a 9 for with passion for advance and attack. Sorry, no, an 8.
Okay.
I'm going to smash.
Okay.
I'm going to kick, and a very similar attack to what he did before, where a whole bunch of stone pebbles shoot up. And we're going to launch them at him in an attempt to break up as much of his armor as possible. It's very clearly that's what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm.
But as he does his thing to defend against it, one of them was one of my bombs, and it does go off to try to break as much of his armor as possible.
That's dope. I like that a lot. You're smashing. Let's go ahead and just take a look at these.
I realize smashing says destroyers destabilize something in the environment, but I feel like his armor is...
Yeah, so here's what happens. You won't be able to destroy the armor completely. It's not going to negate the mechanical benefits that he gets. But smashing, I'm still gonna impose a negative penalty, a negative status to him.
Okay.
That will still work.
Okay, then I'll do that. Yeah. I want him to have the negative status.
I think you're throwing all these crystals, and he just holds up his shield to and then he's blocking them all, and he kind of goes, "Was that the best you got?" And then you just hear the tick tick
tick, tick, as this explosion rockets him backwards. And I'll say he is impaired.
I will take that.
Anything else in between exchanges?
The way that exchanges work, there's no way Ren's getting into this fight, correct? I just don't know how long they're taking to open the gate.
I think, like you, the 5 guards and Matoya and you are all like trying to like lift it up and like squeeze under it in order to get up. All right, we've almost got it. Come on, keep going.
I'm lifting as hard as I can.
I'm clearly biased here, but maybe they lifted up just enough for a very small, sleight of frame Ren song to be able to squeeze under. Maybe help his friend out.
You know what? I'll tell you what, Ren, you are looking at it and they've lifted it up enough. You are helping them lift it up, but if you were to try and squeeze under, you would be leaving them.
Oh, totally.
But you might be able to squeeze under.
Oh, I was sorry. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Ren backs up and then does a running slide on the sandstone.
You do that, and that movement kind of like shocks them, so they like drop the gate and it slams back down. And they're like,
"Thanks, guys."
Okay, we'll keep trying. Go get your friend, I guess.
Ren starts bolting for the upper floor.
You do. Let's go into another exchange. Chae, what stance are you taking this time?
Advance and attack. There's.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, Chae.
I am actually going to defend and maneuver again. And this guy will like get up from the blast and just way faster than he should in all that rock armor, just sprint towards you, get up right in your face, and he looks ready to tussle with you. So he is going to retaliate as well.
Awesome. Well, I rolled well, but this is just going to come back to bite me now. I rolled a 10. So I can use a master technique and a basic technique, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And he still has that negative status condition, or did he pay the fatigue to...
I will pay the fatigue call. Yep.
Then, in that case, Chae just gets into the widest horse stance he can get into. In a very, Tai Chi manner, just, rotates his fist out, which is still covered in crystal, and tries to accelerate as much as possible, and just tries to, pierce into the armor, and he just punch after punch just tries to get jabs into the armor, and that'll be a strike.
Yeah.
I will force you to mark 2 fatigue.
Okay.
So I'll spend the fatigue to do it, and then there's probably going to be a cost to this one because I have an idea here. He's going to, while he's doing this, bend the bombs out of his pack and point blank fireball barrage this dude with his bombs right next to him. I realize that that's going to hurt him, but he does not care right now. He is just wailing on this guy, and it's the whole this isn't really the fight that you're fighting right now. This is not this dude is not the dude you're fighting. He is throwing fists and just throwing bombs just point blank into this dude.
I love this so much. How would you feel about marking an appropriate amount of fatigue? The equal amount of fatigue?
Yeah, no, I'm totally down for that.
Okay.
So I already have to mark 1, just to be clear, to use Fireball Barrage.
Yep.
And then I will mark it's inflict 1 fatigue, and then it's 1 for each additional negative status or for each attack someone has made against them, which I have done. So
you have attacked him already. Yep. So that's another +1, and they are impaired.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's 3 fatigue.
He was recovering a little bit still from that direct bomb to his armor that he's impaired. Wow, that is 3 fatigue. And here's what happens. Well, it means you also mark 3 fatigue.
So I spent 2 fatigue already in that round. I mark my last fatigue and 2 conditions.
Mm-hmm. A few things happen.
because you are like punching him with these crystals, and like maybe you're also like implanting bombs in those same spots that you hit him. Ren, you turn the corner to see Chae pummeling this ginormous dude covered in stone. And just as you turn the corner, you see the two of them explode. Chae gets knocked back. And when the dust settles, Chae is like on the ground, kind of coughing and sputtering from this attack. And the dust settles, and you look at this man. His earth armor has now just like completely shattered. He's just in his clothes now, like he was, holding his stone shield and his hammer. You've completely... He didn't take any fatigue, but he no longer has the armor. He's still in the fight, yeah.
I mean, you probably look pretty beat up and dusty after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one of us was wearing armor next to an explosion, and one of us was not.
And I think it is time for another exchange, unless you want to do something in between. I will say at this point, too, at the same time, the group has like unlatched the sand sailor. And you can see that they're starting to like... They've like kicked the wall, and they're getting ready to like move it and jump out of the second story.
Amazing. I will choose defend and maneuver.
Okay.
I'm going to choose to smash.
Ren, you're going to go first then. Why don't you go ahead and roll with focus?
All right. Rolling with focus. 6. I would like to shift my balance away from center to use a basic technique.
Yeah, what are you shifting towards?
Let's see. So I have to shift away from my center, so I'll shift one further towards action.
What are you at now?
I was at 0-0, whereas my true center is 1 towards forgiveness. So now I'm at +1 action. Is he already impaired or no longer?
He is no longer impaired.
Okay. It sees a position. And Ren, after seeing the explosion and seeing the armor kind of fall off of this guy, sprints towards him and just says, "Get away from my friend!" and jumps up and does an acrobatic twist in the air. Grabs both of the dude's shoulders and like lands in like a piggyback and tries to like wrap arms around him and essentially just inhibit.
Justin, I believe he's taking his turn. I actually wanted to change to defend and mover. I really is what I wanted to do. Makes more sense as a ready.
Okay.
So I just thought it was only fair because he should get to react to whatever I tried to do.
Yeah.
So I want to do ready. So I have to mark a fatigue. And Justin, you can tell me if this should cost more. I am going to take the crystals that I had placed under the door, which Chae had left there strategically in case they tried to run, which they are going the opposite direction. He's going to take his gauntlets. He's going to shoot the gauntlets forward. He's going to expel, like basically also shoot the crystals he had around the door and plant them all around the base of the sand sailor. And he is going to attempt to encase the entire thing in crystal. Or at least enough to the point where it couldn't be moved without just destroying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it cumbersome for them.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you do that in between exchanges as like a basic move. Like a push your luck. If you want.
Okay. Well,
if you still want to do something
then as it is now,
fighty.
Can we... Let's say I'm just kind of setting it up now. So it's still ready. Yeah. The area is like hard for them to move through.
I love that. Perfect. And you've started growing some crystals around here. So that whole area back there is impaired now. I like that. That makes sense. Okay, this is fun. You're like squirreling around him.
That's a good word.
He's like, get off me. He is going to try and like shake you off and move back towards his gang. So you are engaged with him.
Mm-hmm.
You can mark a fatigue to block this technique.
To block his movement?
Away from you, yep.
Yes.
at first when you jumped on him, he was like a little chaotic trying to get you off. You can feel him like center himself and get ready to handle whatever comes his way.
I'm gonna try to close it.
Let's do it.
So what am I doing?
Go ahead and push your luck. I think push your luck, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
It's a very tenuous situation for sure.
13.
Here is what happens. I will say that the Sand Sailor is trapped. Doesn't have an NPC sheet, but it is essentially trapped. They're going to have to find some way to break it out if they want to still take it. It has left you very open to an attack. So the consequence is that I would like you to mark impaired.
Oh, man.
But the opportunity is that you have very much slowed them down. They're going to have to really rethink if they want this or if they're going to bounce.
Nice. Worth it.
And I think we should move into another exchange.
Let's do it.
Defend and maneuver.
I'm going to evade and observe. An attempt to survive.
Thank you. Please.
Defend and maneuver. You up first.
Okay.
Roll focus.
Please, please, please. Okay. 7. Use one basic or mastered technique. Well, thankfully, my twin weapon sweep was grandfathered in as a mastered technique.
Mm-hmm.
So Ren will jump off of the guy's back behind him and do just that. He'll draw out his small shield and a dagger and sweep with both of them at the guy's ankles.
Mm.
Mark 1 fatigue, hold 3 flurry.
And you get to do stuff if I attack you, right?
Yerp. If I use the flurry.
All right.
As they say.
Well, that is exactly what happens because he just brings this barrelingly fast strike from his axe overhead down onto you. And I will mark 1 fatigue to have you mark 2 fatigue.
I'm just going to take it. I'm not even going to spend the flurry.
Okay.
Like, Ren clearly raises his shield, but it isn't a well-formed block.
Yep. This hammer hits the ground in front of you with a force that is deafening, and you find yourself off balance. I would like for you to mark impaired.
Okay.
He is smashing as well. Evade and observe. Rolled creativity harmony. Clear fatigue too.
It is a 9, so I don't get 2 moves. So I'm going to bolster Ren.
Okay.
So you said he was like knocked off balance by the attack?
Yeah. Ground's a little shaky.
I'm going to stomp one of my feet and level out one of my hands and try to like smooth out, like basically counteract the like whichever way Ren is like wobbling and like sort of recenter him to try to eliminate the impediment.
Okay. Yes. I like that, yeah. Let's actually, there's very few times that you would unmark something.
Right.
Let's make you prepared instead.
Nice. Add a status. When we're at the end of this exchange, let me know, Justin, because I can spend that flurry. Are we here?
We are.
Yes.
We are.
Oh, I only had to make it through the exchange without spending it. So as this flurry of blows continues with twin weapon sweep, at the end of it, I can spend my remaining flurry. Each flurry can inflict 2 fatigue. I would like to spend all 3 to inflict 6 fatigue on the flow.
Whoa.
So Ren just hammers the dude with his shield repeatedly and slashes with the dagger. And it is a blur of strikes. And he's hoping to reduce him to his knees and knock him over.
Chae, you saw Ren really unstable for a moment and did what you could to like try and balance him in preparation to take another big blow like that. And you see Ren find his footing, look up at this mountain of a man that's easily like at least 2 or 3 times bigger than Ren. And then you just see Ren in quick succession deliver 6 strikes between his shield and his dagger. And it's that like anime thing where like it happens so fast. They're both just standing there. And then this man just falls to his knees in front of Ren. The woman with the bombs goes, "Oh, we didn't sign up for anything like this." And they try and bolt out the door.
Can I? So I want those bombs.
That's what you're after. You want the bombs.
I will knock myself out of the scene for this.
Okay.
I will. What am I going to do? Man, I am probably not in a position to do anything. The bombs. That's all he says. He just, the bombs. And then, like, motions towards her. He'll make, like, some, like last ditch. He'll try to, like, drop out the floor from them, like, under, like, as they're trying to leave through the door. Because it's the second floor. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think he has, there's just nothing.
If you want, I'll let you push your luck.
Yeah, but then I have, like, consequences and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool. I'll roll.
Those are cool. We all like consequences at heart.
I shouldn't have rolled.
Oh, no.
I should not have rolled.
No.
Oh, no.
But Chae would have tried.
Again. So I rolled a 3, plus 2 is a 5, and I failed entirely.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's pretty low. You're, like, making this last-ditch effort to earthbend a trapdoor basically under them. And this woman turns around and sees that. And she throws a bomb that ding, 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 rolls right below your feet.
No.
And explodes. And we will see what happens next week.
Shit.
Your zeal will be your undoing. Chae now launcher.
How's it feel to be on the receiving end of that, my friend?
Not good. I honestly just thought it was kind of funny that Chae wanted the bumps because he doesn't really need them. Just to be
It's
fair.
hilarious. It's very funny.
And,
It's very funny.
He's paid for that for my mirth.
You got one.
That's on me.
That's good stuff. I love it. Well, that was fun. Johnny, we didn't get to you at all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there is no Osa.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. That escalated a lot more than I thought it would.
You did escalate it, though.
And they're just you make some moves, you make misses. I gotta escalate.
All I tried to do was read a
That's the
play,
whole point.
and you were like, consequences. You get trapped in a building.
Well, I had fun. Johnny, I hope you had fun, even though he had no fun at all. He's like, Steve, any words for our listeners?
With the exception of Johnny, we are having a wonderfully good time here at the Flying Bison Podcast. If you love what we're doing, think about all the regret you feel about spending $5 or more on a white elephant gift and how it would have been a better idea to possibly consider supporting us on Patreon. For those who are already helping us or listening, thank you so much. This is amazing. We love our community. We love what we're seeing on Discord. We love the participation in the raffle, which is over now. So don't try to do anything about that. It's too late, but there'll be other fun things in the future.
I mean, you can still join our Patreon. That's still cool.
Please.
That's still cool.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, for $5 a month, literally the cost of a name brand beef jerky, you could help us out. And beef jerky, I actually more respect this than most things that I have on my list of items. But I just don't think it's that good or that it's good for your body.
Well,
So
versus
the
the
world-
cost is really where.
I'm with you.
The cost is a sting. Yeah,
Because
So the
$5
world-
is kind of conservative for most packs of beef jerky.
Yeah, that's true.
Jerky connoisseur and sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can get behind the cost aspect. Maybe not everything else you said,
Okay.
Steve, but we already know you're pretty wrong-headed about it.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Thank you, Johnny.
So many things.
You're not
But
channeling
you're
your
not.
wrath at all right now. And the world needs less beefy jerks, is what I'm
Johnny
saying.
Button has never once done that.
Steve, you're not wrong about one thing.
What's
And that is we are having fun playing this game, telling this story. And you should join our Patreon or a Discord.
Or both.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed exploring the Four Nations with us, and we will see what happens to Chae next week. Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
The Flying Bison Podcast is an independent podcast. If you feel like directly supporting the show, please check out our Patreon. While the Flying Bison Podcast seeks to emulate the tone of Avatar: The Last Airbender, this is an improv tabletop role-playing game, and the actors may briefly depict scenes with more mature story elements. Avatar Legends is developed and produced by Magpie Games. The worlds of Avatar The Last Airbender and Avatar The Legend of Korra are property of Viacom CBS. Intro music is Dizu by Senbei, and outro music is Tokyo Funk by LATG Music. Logo and art by Cate and Matthew Mahnke. You can find more of their work at pomakin.com. Link in the show notes.